All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're looking at 6.3, solving multi-step equations. Okay, so we're going to use both things we learned on Monday and Tuesday. We're going to get rid of addition or subtraction and then get rid of multiplication or division. Okay, so if we're looking at this first one, first thing we're going to do is we're going to add 7 to both sides. So we get 3x is less than 15. What do I do next? Good, divide by 3. And I get x is less than 5. I did not multiply or divide by negative, so the inequality stayed the same. Then I make my number line. It's an open circle over 5, and x is less than it. Any questions? Does everybody feel pretty comfortable with this? Okay. So let's do one where we've got a decimal. Mark, you need to be situated before class starts and not jump into your seat afterwards, because I'm not going to redo everything for you. All right, we're looking at example 2. We've got a decimal. And so I'm going to distribute, and we get negative 0.6x. A negative times a negative is what? A positive. So we have to do 0.6 times 5 gives us 3, which is less than or equal to 15. Now I'm going to subtract 3 from both sides, and I get negative 0.6x is less than or equal to 12. Now what do I do? Good. Does everybody see that? We're going to divide by negative 0.06. Okay, now I'm dividing by a negative, which means I'm going to do what? Flip your inequality. 12 divided by negative 0.6 gives us negative 20. Should I go over that one more time? Okay, first step we distributed. Second step I subtracted 3 from both sides. Third step I divided by negative 0.06 and I flipped my inequality because I divided by a negative. And when you graph, you've got negative 21, negative 20, negative 19. Is it going to be an open or a closed circle? Closed, because it's underlined. And x is greater than it, so we point towards greater. How did I get the 3? I did negative 0.6 times x, which is negative 0.6x, and negative 0.6 times negative 3, times negative 5, excuse me, gives me 3. Multiply. Are we ready to go to example 3, or does anybody have any more questions? Okay. There is a typo for example 3, so we'll have to fix that. It should say 6x minus 7 equals 2x plus 17. And it shouldn't say, actually it shouldn't say equals, it should say less than or equal to. That's my first step. Do I have x's on both sides?
Yeah.
So I'm going to get the x's on the right side, correct? So I'm going to get 4x minus 7 is greater than or equal to 17. Now what do I do? Add 7. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So 4x is less than or equal to 24. And divide by 4. Do you guys remember this from solving equations, chapter 3? X is greater than or equal to 6. We've got 5, 6, 7, closed circle over 6, and x is greater. Yes? Ready to move to the back? Okay, you need another second? Does anybody have a question about this one? They didn't understand what I did somewhere? No? Alright, I'm going to move it up just a little bit. thing I've got to do is do what? Distribute. Good. So I get 14x plus 5 is less than 14x minus 21. Okay, now I'm going to get all the x's on the correct side. So I'm going to subtract 14x, subtract 14x. These cancel. I'm left with 5 is less than negative 21. What happened to my x? What would we call this? No solution. No solution. Okay? It is a no solution problem because is 5 less than negative 21? No. That's why we know it's no solution. Let's look at the next one. We get 12x minus 1 is greater than 12x minus 6. I subtract 12x from both sides. I get negative 1 is greater than negative 6. Wait a second. Is negative 1 bigger than negative 6? Is that a true statement?
Yeah. No.
So instead of no solution, we write all real. Because it's true for all. So do you guys understand the difference between these two? One is no solution because 5 cannot be less than negative 21. And one is all real because it is true. Negative 1 is greater than negative 6.